What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Living. Today we have a rarity. We got all the Phantom grills fully assembled, all together. We're gonna tell you the differences between the 3 special edition Phantom models. Let me tell you, these are like endangered species. These are not gonna be all 3 together very long. They're going quick. It's a limited edition run. We'll tell you, you probably watched our Prestige video that we already have up already, but we wanted to do a video and show you the full product lineup, all 3 models that they're offering, tell you the differences between them, what's different compared to the regular models, what upgrades do you get with the special editions, and then what's the difference between the Rogue, the Prestige, and of course the TravelQ. Should we get going? Yeah, let's get going on this one. All right, let's start with the TravelQ. Obviously, the TravelQ isn't as comparable to these 2 grills. It's specifically designed as more of a portable grill, so it's not gonna be quite apples to apples with the big dogs here, but we wanted to go over it. So the TravelQ, we're probably gonna spend the least amount of time on. I would say it's the most similar to the non-special edition model, if that makes sense. But what are some of the advantages to this sort of scissor cart TravelQ? Well, if you watch any of my other videos, you've seen me demo this, but essentially it has a latch handle here that we can lock. I always set my foot here, and you see this lever? Get a little close up of this guy. And so we can set this lever here, and then listen for it to click. That's important, you gotta listen. You listening? That wasn't a click, it was more like a, anyways. Then you're set to go. I mean, you can take this anywhere. You can go anywhere you want with this. That's what's so cool about it. All right, should we get under the hood? All right, so that's what's great is you can wheel this around everywhere and then it easily stores away, or sets in place, I should say, and then you sort of have the stationary grill if you want. What else is cool with the Pro Series, which is what this is, you can hook up just a small little butane, or it's propane, but a little camping propane tank to it, or you can hook up a full-size tank if you want, and it comes with those adapters, which is super cool. So what do you get though when you have the Phantom Special Edition? Well, again, like I said, this one gives you the least amount of different features. Essentially what you're getting is this matte black finish, which looks really awesome. So I would just get a close up of that guy, but that's really what you're doing when you're getting the Phantom Edition. It does come with this, which the regular one does not. You do get this cool little warming rack in here. So that's kind of neat. So that's gonna set down in there. And then we have our cast iron wave rod cooking grates. These hold up very nice, and then it's really solid above the burners. And then what's really cool is we have each individual spark ignition stainless steel burners. And then this guy's a cool little connector. So if the wind were to blow one out, which does happen, especially if you're out in the wilderness, that can happen. But this is one of our favorite portable grills. I'd say it's top 2, maybe even top 1, I don't know. But essentially, we have a fully welded aluminum firebox, top and bottom. So from a performance standpoint, it's very high performance. Performance, which is really cool. So this is the Phantom TravelQ. All right, should we talk about the Rogue? So the Rogue, it's not quite as nice or as high end as the Prestige, which we'll get into some of those differences. But this is the Rogue SE425. It does have some benefits over the Phantom, depending on your particular situation. We'll talk about those. But first of all, let's talk aesthetics. Now, we talked about in our Prestige video, but essentially every part of this grill is sort of blacked out. You see every handle, every side component, all the way on the inside, our base, our control panel, our accent pieces. Like the attention to detail that went into this grill is awesome. And this, so on the 425, we basically have 3 main burners, which is gonna give us a single door here. You can get this in natural gas or propane. Again, very, very limited, especially natural gas. I think we got like 6 total for the whole year. So it's a very limited run. You can see we do get the lit up handles. Not handles, these aren't handles. What are these? Knobs. There you go. So those do light up. They don't change colors, but they're still really cool. So what's cool about the Rogue is one side can retract as well. So that's really cool. And then with the upgraded Phantom Edition, besides our color finish, we get a pretty attractive thermometer there. You see, even the Napoleon's kind of blacked out. I just think it looks awesome. You can see we do get this sort of special edition warming rack. So this can hold, you know, drumsticks, chicken wings, jalapeno poppers, stuff like that. The reason I think that's cool is it turns this more into multi-function use besides just a warming rack. So you actually will use it more than you think, which is really cool. Then we do get stainless steel cooking grates with the SE model. And then we also have a rear burner. So it doesn't come standard with the rotisserie. You can see it has the slot for it, but it does have the burner for it, and you can always buy that rotisserie kit as an add-on. It's sort of the clamshell hood system. So you can see here, these pins here sort of hold the lid together, and that's how you're gonna open and close it. Let's talk about the burners. So you can see here, these are like our flavorizer bars or our sear diverters. So again, you can see in the grill, we have our 3 main burners. Again, a solid aluminum firebox. These burners have a 15-year warranty. And then again, everything's gonna be connected in case the wind blows it out or something. So we have our 3 main burners. We have our rear burner and then our side burner, which we'll talk about. So that's the firebox itself. All right, let's talk about the side burner. So the side burner is sort of, if you watched any of my videos, you know all about this, but this is the infrared side burner. It is full size, which is nice. And of course, that's one of my favorite features in Napoleon grills because we can use it to sear. And that sear station doesn't take up real estate within our grill itself. And then also, we can use it as a traditional side burner. So you can set this up like this, or like here when you're searing with direct contact. This is also an upgrade that you get only with the Phantom series. So if you were to buy the regular Rogue 425 SE, this is gonna come as cast iron. So the upgrades you get with the Phantom series, let's talk about that. You get the stainless steel cooking grates on the side, the special edition warming rack, and of course, the matte black finish. So if you're looking between the regular 425 SE and the Phantom SE, that's really the 3 upgrades you get, is the finish, the warming rack, and the upgraded side burner. Now, I just wanted to touch on really quickly, the Prestige is a better grill, and I'm partial to the Prestige if you watch any of my other videos comparing the Rogue to the Prestige. However, I will say the Rogue in the matte black just looks awesome. I think, like just looking at it, it is one of the best looking grills I've ever seen. I just think it looks super, super sharp. I almost think I like it, the aesthetic, a little bit better than the Prestige. So anyways, I just think there's something super, super attractive about this grill. So it's very attractive, has a 15-year warranty. It's, I don't want to call it affordable, but it's certainly not as expensive as the Prestige. So it's reasonably priced, let's put it that way. Also a big advantage, another reason why customers buy the Rogue over the Prestige, this is one of the advantages I was talking about, is this is the Prestige 500, so you're talking 500 versus 425 as far as square inches go. In the Prestige lineup, this is as small as this grill comes. And so for that reason, sometimes people can't fit this in their particular space. So they have to go to something smaller. So when that's the case, we usually sell the 425. So the 425 has a benefit if you're that type of client where you have a limited space or only so much real estate to put this grill. The 425 may be a good choice for you. All right, should we get to the big dog? All right, we're not gonna go crazy on this review because we've already reviewed this in depth. You can go back and watch that review, we'll include links. Okay, so essentially, again, goes without saying, we have the matte black finish. Because it's bigger, we do have a double door system versus the single door on the Rogue. And again, the attention to detail is phenomenal on this. Every piece of this grill is sort of blacked out, which is super cool. And again, you can see we have blue lights instead of white on the Rogue. Here's where we start to see upgrades though. So when our burners are on, they're gonna be red. So that way, just a little helpful tip to know in case you accidentally leave the grill on or something, you can know very, very quickly if you've done so. Under the hood is where all the upgrades are though. So essentially we have the same warming rack, but can't you already see, you see we have a lot more vertical real estate in this grill. So we're gonna be able to work with it a little more vertically. You can see we have a rotisserie kit standard, so you're gonna get rotisserie standard. And it's not just cosmetic or beefy upgrades. Let's talk about one of the really big upgrades with the Prestige versus the Rogue. And this applies to the full product line, not just the special edition Phantom series. But when we go to the Prestige, we talked about in the Rogue, we sort of have that clamshell hood system. This is not the case. So see, we have this base piece that doesn't move, and it sits up really tall and comes all the way back. I think this does two things, in just my opinion. I think it helps with wind issues, and I think it also helps retain heat and create better convection heat with this double hood system. And also the hood doesn't lift up as tall. See how it just sort of rolls back? So that's a huge plus from a performance standpoint. When you upgrade to the Prestige, you go from a 15-year warranty on the Rogue up to a lifetime warranty on the Prestige, which is super cool. Now here's the money upgrade. This is the most popular upgrade that has to do with the Phantom grills, hands down. And that's cast stainless burners, and they are awesome. They are so cool. They look awesome, they perform awesome. You know, you get these nice thick sections for searing. Less product's gonna fall through, or your lunch or dinner's not gonna fall through less here. But this is by far the most popular feature. In fact, we've had a huge demand of customers ask to buy just these, existing Napoleon customers that want to buy these just as an accessory. I haven't seen anything on my radar that says that these are gonna be available to purchase by themselves. My guess is maybe down the road after these special edition grills are no longer available. But that's not a bad idea. If you're an existing customer, maybe down the road you can upgrade these grill grates because they'll fit in any 500 Prestige or Pro. So that's super cool. Again, you can see we have a fully welded firebox. That's the same there. We have our burners. We have 4 burners instead of 3 when we go up to the 500. Of course, we have our rotisserie burner. And then lastly, we'll talk about the side burner. Again, full-size side burner, cast stainless again. And we test fired this just to see, and look at what a cool sort of rose gold color that turns. Super sharp. I think it looks awesome. And more importantly than aesthetics is it performs awesome. So, in conclusion, that's the Phantom lineup. We have the TravelQ, which will be gone in a week or two. We have the Rogue series, and then the Prestige, which is the most upgraded product in the lineup. And hopefully that helped you see what some of the upgrades were when you upgrade to the Phantom series. And then on top of that, you're just getting a very, very limited grill. I think there's only like 20 some dealers in all the United States that have these products. So inventory availability is gonna be very, very low. So it's more of like a one-off type product. We mentioned in our other video, it's like getting like a special edition, like Raptor edition of like a Ford F-150. It's still the same grill as the regular one, just like a Raptor is the same truck as an F-150. You're just getting like a limited special run with a few bells and whistles that make it an awesome product. So there's the Phantom lineup. You gotta come down and get them while you can, because we don't have that many. We definitely 100% will sell out very, very soon. We'll include links while there's orders still available if you want to order one, or you can come down to our showroom, check these products out in person. This is the Phantom lineup by Napoleon. Thanks so much. You guys have to subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Thanks so much.